Next Tuesday, Seth Green and Giovanni Ribisi are the best of friends with the worst of dads.
My dad quickly closes the laptop every time I walk into the room.
My dad can clear his throat for 50 minutes of a 90-minute movie.
Now they're moving in.
Stay out of the bathroom between 3 and 4. That's my go time.
And there's no way out.
Your father made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
With scotch?
He said it was for dipping.
Dads, a new comedy, premiering Tuesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's The League After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The League After Show.
I wish I could twerk to this song.
I know.
You can.
We should next
Not
time.
a lot of room in here.
For sure.
Not room for all that.
Hi, guys. Bing is for doing, and tonight we are doing the first of the League After Shows, Season 5, Episode 1, The Bachelor Draft. I'm your host, Jenifer Golden, and with me we have...
I am Lauren Leonelli. Hello.
Thaddeus Massey.
And Michael Durjen.
Awesome. So happy to be here, guys. What did you think about tonight's episode?
Funny stuff.
It was great. I really enjoyed it.
I laugh out loud so hard.
I think you were crying, actually.
I was crying, for sure.
You LOL'd.
She LOL'd all over the place.
Wow. I went there.
Yeah.
I did LOL all over the studio. And it was, I love this show. I'm like a little bit of a newcomer to the League. I'm a front runner, a League jumping on the league
You're like a rookie.
bandwagon.
Nice.
Yes.
And I am obsessed. For
Yeah.
all you folks out there who are just tuning in, there's a little bit of a backstory. We'll fill you in on it, but I am obsessed.
As you should be.
Love this kind of humor.
Yeah.
I am
Great.
pretty obsessed too for somebody that doesn't watch football, and I don't do fantasy
Does
drafting.
this make you guys want? Do you guys do fantasy football?
I don't.
Because that just started. Didn't
I used to
it?
play football, so doing fantasy football is kind of weird for me. But to watch guys get so crazy, and it really is like
And
that.
girls get
Like,
crazy too.
yeah, they do.
My
They
cousin
do.
does it. I want to do it now after watching this.
I played 1 year of fantasy football with my buddies, and I got kicked out of the league because I won. It was like they were like, "That's unfair. You
'Cause you
played."
played.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Well, you asked me to play. Like, what are you gonna do?"
Who'd you play for?
I played for UCLA, and I played in Canada in the CFL.
Oh man.
So I have a lot of buddies.
You got kicked
who
out of
play
your
ball.
league? You got kicked out of your league?
Yeah.
I got
After they
kicked-
asked me to play, then they kicked me out because I won.
So
I got-
I'm like,
I got kicked out of my league too.
Wow.
So you guys are basically Ruxin, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I can relate to what Ruxin's going through. I got kicked out of my league because I offered to sell one of my players for $20 cash. It's unbelievable.
I think that's fair, especially
Yeah.
talking about this show.
I'm trying to
So
make real money.
Let's dive right in. So we open with an invitation to Andre and Trixie's wedding.
yeah.
And it says Top Groom. It's a video.
Right.
And it's like
Classic.
It's classic Andre because he always makes videos and has had like music videos and just the most bizarre things. And
Yeah.
Andre.
clearly why he gets made fun of so much.
Yeah.
Aw, he's
He's
just,
only had sex with 4 girls too.
Oh,
so
was that?
Yeah.
yeah, that,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
That's
it's classic
actually
Andre.
kind of a high number for
for
what
Andre.
I would have thought.
The
That's
best.
double what I thought they would have.
Damn!
Well, it's supposed to be like almost 5, but I don't understand
Oh,
the
what was
almost.
it? Just the tip or something?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure
Let's
it out.
play.
It's
Just the
confusing.
He
tip.
said that he French kissed a tit, so that's all I know. It's in season 4.
Even talking about the show after watching the show is still as funny.
Right.
And I think I saw this episode 3 times.
That's
Yeah.
why we love doing this after show, because we can have just as much fun talking about it and trying to relive the jokes and tell them as funnily as those actors do, but
Yeah.
we don't really.
It's a beautiful word.
One of
Funnily.
the
Funnily, I made it up.
Andre needs to cut his hair.
Speaking of made up words, I love that the show does that.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. So we're seeing this video, obviously, of Andre's wedding, Top Groom, and then we talk a little bit about his relationship with Trixie and the fact that they have not had sex yet because she is allergic to his semen.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Totally
Yeah.
normal.
Totally normal.
Yeah.
And
a
then
condition.
right, it is.
Actually, On the side note, I had a buddy from high school used to have sex with his girlfriend, and whenever he used to come, he would throw up. So it kind of reminded me of that.
Wow.
The whole allergic
Wow.
thing. It was like he was
What?
allergic to sex.
Wow.
It was weird.
Powerful stuff.
Like whenever he would like ejaculate,
Yeah.
he would throw up.
Is
like,
he the
would
Andre of
go
the
to
group?
the bathroom like throw up.
Too
Kinda.
much force.
I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
He
what
wasn't in the
that
gym
is.
enough doing enough abs.
My degree is in micro and molecular biology. I'm actually a microbiologist. I've never ever heard of a condition like that. I'm just throwing it
Really?
out there.
Well, we're
Look
gonna
at this guy
come up
over
with a
here.
term for
Your
it.
friend is definitely an anomaly.
Well, he's a guy that I knew in high school.
There's always one.
There's every group has an
Different.
Andre.
Yeah.
So I mean, so his crazy wedding video turns
Right.
into a conversation about the draft.
Yeah.
And when it's gonna happen.
Right.
So he comes over, obviously, and they're like, "We should do the draft in
In
LA."
LA.
And Ted sends a video also. Ted, their friend in LA,
Right.
who
Played
was
by Adam Brody.
played by Adam Brody, who was the winner last year,
Yeah.
suggests doing the draft at the wedding weekend, and he's gonna throw the draft.
Super cute, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, he's really holding it together. He's looking nice. And,
He is.
Supposedly
Turning into my
72
man crush.
pounds. Yeah.
He lost 72 pounds, but we find out why.
We find out why when they get to LA. But
Right.
before that, he's there gloating with the Shiva
Yeah.
trophy.
Right.
And so they all ask Andre.
And so for the newcomers to the league, the Shiva Trophy, why is it named the Shiva Trophy, Jen?
Well, I can't even butcher the entire name. It's like Shiva Kamini.
Can you
say it?
for us?
My name's Michael. Are you kidding me right now? Can we get it together right now? I was
Listen.
named after Michael Jackson.
Well, from
Yeah.
here moving
Shaman.
forward, you are Shiva.
Yeah. Whenever I work on sets in LA, and like when I first moved here, I do background.
They
and-
call you Aziz.
No, I would walk onto these sets to do background and be a bunch of Indian people, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I can't believe it. Like my name's
man.
Bang."
You're like, hey.
I'd be like, "Hi, my name's Michael." They're like, "Oh my God, you're not real Indian." I'm like, "I guess not."
Very, very good.
But you did a great job.
Nailed it.
I know, right?
So the Shiva Comedy blah 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 award.
Yeah, beautiful woman.
Yes, she turned into that. She wasn't that when they went to what was it, high school with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they made this award because
They were all in love with her.
no, it wasn't. They were in love with her, was it?
Yeah, well, they definitely had it. Well, they hooked up with her. They were
all
definitely
hooked up with her, I
attracted to
think.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so then they made this award and they put her like really terrible picture.
The Eskimo.
Yeah, it's just not good. But then it turns out, like in seasons ago, that
Right.
that she's gorgeous. She's a doctor or dentist.
Yeah, she's a doctor, urologist.
Right.
Oh.
The details. You're here for that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Seasons past.
You're welcome.
So anyway, so this award comes up over and over again, as does the Sacko Award,
Right.
Yeah.
which is the one for the person that gets the lowest score and loses.
And and this time they had to wear that. He had to wear that horrible.
Well, so for losing and getting the Sacko trophy, it's actually Ruxin right now.
Rux.
To continue on in the league, you have to. It's
Played
sort
by,
of
yeah, played by Nick Kroll, hilarious
Yeah,
the
stand-up comedian.
best.
Yeah.
He's so funny. He
Yeah,
also
he's
has
a
the
funny guy.
Kroll show.
Yeah.
And he was also on, if you all saw the roast of James Franco,
Oh yeah, that's right.
he did a great job. I laughed so hard. I seriously laughed so
I'll
hard
have to
at
look
that
that up.
and this.
It's
It makes me
hysterical.
cry.
Was it?
Speaking of laughing so hard, I'm crying.
Yeah.
Everybody, there are some new comedies on Fox. They are almost here. You guys have to tune in. Tuesday, September 17th. Do not miss the premiere of Dads. You will laugh so hard you cry.
Nice.
It's really that funny. This is why. Because the show is from the creators of Family Guy and Ted. So if you like that kind of humor,
Funny.
you're on it. Seth Green and Giovanni Ribisi are in the show, and they are the best friends with the worst of dads. And their dads decide to move back in, and then there's no way out.
Guaranteed tears.
Wackiness ensues, and you got to see the premiere of Dads again, September 17th. And then right after that show, you need to get excited about another funny guy named Andy Samberg, and he is on a new show called Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
He was also on the James Franco roast.
Yeah, and he was also the James Franco roast, and the critics are calling this the best new sitcom of the fall.
It looks kind of funny, actually.
It does look funny. And it's basically a new comedy about the law without order. But Andy
Right.
Samberg and Andre Brower star in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, premiering After Dads this Tuesday, only on Fox, September 17th. If you want to keep laughing like you laugh at the league, watch these 2 shows.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried to do voices from Family Guy? Have you ever guys tried to do it?
Never.
No,
tried.
but I would love to.
Why?
Oh
Can
my
you do
gosh.
some?
No, I'm always curious. Well, I mean, yeah, I try sometimes. I
Like?
just assume everybody tries, like doing the mom or the son or the daughter.
In my
or
head, I'm
something.
actually Stewie.
Yeah,
I don't have his
exactly.
voice, but I am him.
Everybody's somebody's voice on
Like,
Family
Mom,
Guy.
Stewie.
Mom,
Mom.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
We do that to
Mom.
Phil
By the way,
sometimes.
we are covering dads.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
are
we are.
actually
Oh, yeah.
covering dads.
And
Oh,
I am
terrific.
covering dads.
And you are covering dads
And I am
as well.
covering it.
Right.
Us.
Jennifer
right here.
and Lauren
Us
are
two over
covering
here.
dads. Okay.
Sometimes, if I warm up my voice, I can do the son. Should I try it, Eric?
I mean, by
Right,
all means.
yeah.
Let me see. What should I say? Tell me something to say.
That you love the league.
Oh, hey guys, I love the league. He sounds something like that, right?
Very nasally like him.
Yeah. Oh,
That was good.
And it's funny. I like trying them every now and then.
You might
know.
be our Andre, actually.
I think we found our Andre.
Yeah.
Right.
So going back to the Sacko, which is Ruxin,
Right.
he has to do some things to, he's like being hazed, basically.
Yeah.
So he has to wear this silly outfit that looks like a bull and has big hairy balls, and he has to say
Dangly ones.
dangly
Awesome.
hairy balls.
Why so hairy?
It's a
Anyway.
Why so
Yeah.
bull? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Why
know.
a bull costume? And he's got to walk up to people and say something about, do they want him in their mouth?
Yeah,
or
he has to
something?
go into a vegan restaurant and say,
Right.
"Do you want me in your mouth?"
Because he's a bull.
Right,
So
right.
As a vegetarian, I actually stand by that joke. It's very funny.
It is.
It is,
Yeah.
this whole show is very funny. But so he says no. He's like, no, I will not do this. I quit the league, which
I
is
think that
unheard
was
of.
a pretty
Yeah.
rash statement. I mean, he clearly wasn't ready to make that statement because he was backtracking the entire episode.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, and then he goes to hang out with the guys, and they're watching all these videos about the wedding, and he's
Yeah.
like left out, and they're like, well, this is like business. We're
Yeah.
talking the draft stuff here.
They shafted
Yeah.
him.
Tri- no pun intended.
Yeah.
The thing about, Trixie, she was, I don't know the actress's name. Do you have her name right there?
Oh, it's
She was also on Glee.
She was in Glee?
Yeah.
She
Jama
was-
Mays is her name, I think.
Jama Mays. She was
Isn't that
she
her name?
was on,
It's not on there for that.
Heroes.
It's just the main character. She's in this
and
episode.
she's a pretty good actress.
She is.
She's a pretty good performer.
She
enjoy
plays
her work.
a very like
I'll bing it.
great. She plays a very goody role all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
But she's great at it.
She's always very
Yeah.
like uptight, and I like that. She's perfect for that because she's
Yeah.
kind of wound up all the time.
Yeah, she's a little wound up.
She actually was a perfect casting for somebody with Andre because
Yes.
like the cake scene when they're trying cakes
Yeah.
and they were like they wanted a cake within a cake as like a surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But then they wanted donuts inside that cake
Or a pie.
or a pie and then just what did they say like love you.
Oh yeah,
Infinity.
No, and she said infinity.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're funny. Their banter is really funny. She's a great comedian.
And Wardrobe did a great job with her too, with that character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because she's got.
I love her
like-
name.
Yeah,
She's-
Jama Mays.
Trixie.
She's got like the
Yeah.
hot pink suede wedges on with
Oh,
like
she-
the mustard hot pants,
Yeah.
like these black zippers on the side.
She's
You're
like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh my gosh.
it's like the window into her Fruit Loop mind.
Right.
You're like, if you picked out that outfit
And her red hair.
Yeah.
And the red hair.
And her full name's
Exactly.
Trixie Von Stein. Like that's the perfect name.
Yeah.
Trixie
For
Von
some.
Stein.
Yeah, I don't even know.
And
I
Taco
just
keeps
feel
calling
so
her
good.
Pixie.
The Pixie tacos.
Yeah.
Tacos hilarious.
Yeah, Taco's the best.
Yeah.
So Ruxin's not in the league anymore.
Right.
We see him leave. He's like on the phone with Rafi, his brother-in-law,
Yeah.
trying to get in on his league.
Right.
And so now
It's not the same
it's not the same
at all.
not the
Not
same.
even close. But he's like having withdrawals.
Right.
He needs something.
He has to get in somewhere.
He has to have a fix.
Yeah.
Well, so he calls Rafi, who's on the toilet in his home,
Right.
naked,
Right.
in the
Sorry.
master bathroom,
The line about the towel.
Yeah.
and decides that because there's no toilet paper, he uses
The monogram.
Ruxin's monogrammed wedding towel.
All right.
Yeah.
And I almost can't repeat what he says, but for you all that watched, I think that might have been the funniest line.
You were crying when
Crying again. I cry when I laugh hard.
Yeah, I think he's played by Jason Mantzoukas. That guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's absolutely hilarious.
Yes. No, he says that it's like peanut butter.
Peanut butter on a shag carpet.
Wow.
Dude, he's hilarious.
I mean, I am sorry, but that is so hilarious.
The things they get away with on the show
Peanut butter on
are
the carpet.
hysterical.
That's
They get away-
hilarious.
that's
They
what
do
I-
get away with a lot on here.
Yeah.
They were like pushing the envelope, like totally.
That's what I like about FX and FXX and like networks like that where you can really like
FX squared.
go for it.
Yeah.
It's so I love and I honestly to bring it back around. I feel like Dads on Fox. I know it's gonna be one of those shows. Like
Right.
the stuff they say,
Yeah.
you're like, ugh, and it's
Right.
like primetime television. I just love stuff like this.
Yeah.
We're
Not to
catching
mention,
up to Europe.
Yeah, not to mention, I love how like you take something that's a serious issue, like not having toilet paper in the bathroom or being kicked out of a league for fantasy football.
Right.
Things we can
Those
actually relate
serious
to.
issues.
They
Yeah.
actually happen in real life, and how you would handle it. Like that would be the most extreme, but the most like simplistic way to handle if you don't have toilet paper. Just grab someone's hand towel.
Yeah.
That's terrible, but it's funny.
You
When
know
I'm-
what? Hey,
Yeah.
gotta make it work somehow.
When I was at my sister's house, she has a baby, and whenever I see like the little baby wipes and stuff like that, I look and I'm just like, ugh, that'd make my life so easy. Just grab at them.
Really? You
Yeah.
think you can get them? You can get them.
No, I have a whole set in my house now.
Keep
Oh,
it smelling,
good.
Yeah,
keep
it
it
works
smelling
out.
good too.
That out, everybody. Not gonna
I'm
have
ready.
a problem with the hand
I'm
towels
the,
in my
yeah,
house.
I'm the real life Jason Mantzoukas right now.
Apparently. So now you are Andre and Rafi.
All right.
I'm gonna just say
Who am
it right now.
I?
I call Jenny. Just say.
Oh wow, great
Oh, you
call.
call Jenny.
Hi.
Jennifer calls Jenny.
Right.
She really lost the weight from that baby.
She did.
It looks great.
Yeah, she's in sick shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll get to her in a little bit.
I need to figure out who I am. Don't make me Taco.
Oh, I was so going to.
No, don't.
No,
I'm
you're
not
Pete. You're very Pete.
There you
She's
go.
You know,
super
Taco.
practical.
You know, I want to be Taco.
Okay,
You are Taco.
I'll be Taco.
Okay.
Why not?
I'll be Pete.
This is so the men's like Sex in the City. I will say that. That's why I want to
Taco's
include
cool.
myself in this.
Okay.
But like, don't you like relate to these characters in that way where you're like, I'm more like a you're kind of Kevin-ish. No, you actually are like Kevin.
Kevin from Sex and the City?
No, Kevin from the show.
You
Oh,
guys
Kevin the show.
should tweet us and let us know who you are on the league, please.
Yes,
Maybe
let us
You guys
know.
can actually call in also,
Yeah.
424-256-1633 to ask Jennifer, Lauren, Michael, or myself anything, or add your 2 cents or anything
Or
like
if we
that.
get something wrong,
we get something
misquote.
wrong or whatever, misquote, anything.
Or just tell us your favorite quote.
Or tell us whatever you want to tell us.
Okay.
That's true.
So, moving on to more of this wedding
Yes.
debauchery.
Yes.
Andre, our lovely Andre, goes around asking all the guys. Well, first he starts with Pete and he's like, I want you to be my best man.
Right.
The best was when he's like, Pete's like, is that a rose? And he's like, it's a bros. And this is a proposal.
Love it.
Right. Like
These
the
writers
Bachelor.
are so creative.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Hence the Bachelor Draft.
Right.
So he goes to Pete. Pete's like, no, I don't think it's fair. I think that you should really ask like someone else.
They all put it on to someone else.
Till we get to Jenny.
Enter Jenny.
Enter Jenny, who says she'll do it because she knows that ultimately then she can go to the bachelor party, which is where the secret
draft is
will
taking
be.
place.
Boom.
Where does this stem from, this picking on Andre thing? Like, he's like...
weird.
He's
Yeah.
the outside of this. They're all weird.
No, he's especially weird.
He
That's
is like,
that's
yeah,
what's like, they're all like
they're all weird. for
weirdos.
sure.
Like,
I mean,
to a certain
Taco
degree.
is like literally has 2 brain cells and they're arguing the entire time.
Yeah.
So that he would.
But
be
his
an easy
redeeming
target.
quality is that he gets ass.
He gets
So
Exactly.
it's
That's
okay.
right.
So you get to give Taco a pass.
I know.
For being an idiot. He's like the man bimbo.
But
You
that
almost can't make fun of him though because
Ruxin-
he's kind of like not.
Ruxin is like such a dork.
Yeah. Ruxin should be the one that gets made fun
I
of
feel
more.
like he should be getting.
But
made
he's
fun
so
of more.
mean that I feel like he can't be made fun of because
Yeah.
he will just like
Yeah, that's right. He'd
You know.
like steamroll.
He is a
Right.
little mean.
he sticks it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a little mean.
Yeah.
He's vindictive.
Andre's-
He's a lawyer though, so.
Oh, see,
well,
yeah.
That's
in real
why.
life. yeah.
That's true.
Andre is just like a plastic surgeon, and he like thinks.
And he
he's this-
always says, "I'm a doctor." And they're like,
Right.
"You're a plastic surgeon." They always make calf implant jokes about
Right.
him too.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Dr.
So-
Doom.
Jenny is selected, and she is now Gander,
You're right.
his goose from Top Groom, and they are all flown to Los Angeles
Right.
Right.
for the wedding.
Are we doing season 2 as well? Or excuse me, it's episode 2 right now as
No,
well?
no,
Okay,
we're gonna
just
get
making
into
sure.
that later.
Okay.
That's a whole other show.
Yeah.
On a side note, I will say Paul Scheer, the guy who plays Andre, is a super nice guy.
Oh, yeah?
I did a small stint on season 4 for an
That's right.
episode, and he was there, and he invited me to come out to the UCB theater and watch him perform.
Wow.
Really nice guy. First time I ever met him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Get him in.
Yeah, definitely.
We want to interview you.
Yeah,
Yes.
right?
Well,
watching.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was background. It's not a big deal.
But he must remember you.
Yeah, small
course he
stint.
does.
Small stint.
Well, there was Michael right there.
So we're doing the draft now.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we'll back it up. So we get to LA. We're greeted by Ted at the hotel.
Yeah.
This is good.
Ted says hi to everybody. They're like, "Why do you look so great? You've lost so much weight. What are you doing? What's going on in your life?" And Ted says
I have AIDS.
he has
But
AIDS.
like so matter of fact. Like no big NBD.
Do we take him seriously about
NBD,
this?
I have AIDS.
I mean, the thing is it's such a serious topic, and it's like you're almost uncomfortable when they first mention it because you're like, "Is that something you can really talk about like this?"
Right.
Yeah.
So like whatever. And the way that we know they're gonna butcher every part of the story because
Right.
they're the league. But then as they throw out the jokes here and there,
I mean,
you
it's
kind of
like-
get more comfortable with
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like AIDS is less of a serious issue these days. I feel like
You can live with it,
It's
that's why.
treatable,
Yeah.
and it's like easily treatable. Well, not
I
easily,
mean,
but
we're
it's,
not.
It used to be like a 5-pill
not-
cocktail every day. Now it's just like 1 pill in the morning, 1 pill at night. You're good
Well,
to go.
his pill bag looks
Yeah.
pretty. I don't know if that was
Yeah.
realistic or not, but we
It
are
used to
not,
be like that, yeah.
We are not condoning unprotected sex or giving or contracting.
Just giving hope.
Or
Just giving hope.
making
HIV or
light.
AIDS.
We're not
Right,
condoning
just
AIDS.
saying.
No,
We're not making light of it either. We're just simply talking about a
It's
subject
not
matter.
it's not like in the late 80s, early 90s where it was like sacred cow, like you mentioned it. You're like, like
Yeah.
people didn't know about it. Like
Right.
you thought
It's
you could
not
get it
taboo.
from toilet seats.
Right.
Yeah, it's not. So
Well, but they do say, like,
Yeah.
they make jokes with him about the fact that, like, he
Them-
brings out some champagne, and they're like, he's like, oh, I drank out of every one of those glasses.
well,
and they're
that's
like, oh.
that's where
Yeah.
the joke lies because they're basically treating it like there's a level of ignorance about it, whereas we all know in today's society that we know a lot about it. So
Right.
I
We're
think
much more well informed.
that's what makes
Right.
the joke.
I think
Exactly.
part of it is since it's probably one of the most taboo subject matters or whatever. I think is probably just saying
Does anybody here know what
Right.
AIDS stands for? Sorry.
Autoimmune deficiency syndrome.
Acquired.
Acquired.
Acquired. You're right. See, that's the microbiologist.
Yeah, it's all right.
But the thing is, I think they just want to like
Good job.
bring up the biggest,
Yeah.
like
Like,
biggest,
let's
like
drop
oh
a
my
bomb.
gosh,
Right.
drop a bomb thing, and just say there's so many misconceptions. Like, what else do you have misconceptions
Right.
about that are not even as big of a deal as
Right.
AIDS?
Right.
You know, it like
Well, I
like
think that's
psychologically.
That's what I've like watched a bunch of other shows and hosted shows here with topics that are like taboo or you're like, oh my god, I can't believe people get offended by them, homosexual comments, racist comments, but they're only funny when it's so ignorant. You know that it's a joke about people being ignorant about something.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like otherwise it wouldn't be okay or it wouldn't be funny.
No, I mean,
So-
you also watch this show particularly because you know they're going to push the envelope, like we were saying.
Right.
You know, so to watch them and them say AIDS, it's kind of like, whoa.
and they literally
This is where they're going to go after all the other things they've
Right.
done.
Right,
Exactly.
yeah.
You know, so obviously we're not making light
It's
of it.
hilarious,
They
though.
are.
It truly is hilarious.
It's
and
funny.
they
Right.
they
Yeah.
were like, you've got AIDS or HIV, and he's
No
like,
way.
I had HIV, now I have AIDS, and he's like full blown Z's, full blown Z's.
Z's.
Gotta love grown men that
So-
add Z's to their words.
He
Yeah.
talks like that. He's from LA. He's from California.
I'm
Remember?
so stealing
Yeah.
that.
Oh, and so then Rafi shows up, of course, and he's like, I have your solution. 2 aspirin.
Baby
before,
aspirin.
Baby aspirin before you fly. And he's like, okay, cool.
Get rid of it in a week.
Right.
Who knew?
Yeah.
So then we go to the draft. It's at this like weird club where the girls are wearing sticker bitches t-shirts or tank
Totally
tops or
weird.
whatever. And the board says secret draft. And they're like,
Yeah, how's that a
not a
secret?
secret.
Yeah.
right. And then they start making fun of Andre and they're yelling, secret
Well,
draft,
to their
secret draft.
to their credit, they are the only ones that were supposed to know about it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
but then
so-
they announced
Yeah.
it.
Like idiots, like they do so many idiotic things.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Okay,
But
it's
the
consistent.
coolest part was that they have actual NFL players coming into, because Ted knows them because he lives in LA, of course.
Right.
So he knows celebrities and people. So they come in.
Because that's how it is. We all know celebrities over here.
obviously.
Exactly.
So they come in to actually
With
pick.
full blownsies.
Oh man, all the full blownsies. So they come in to pick Ruxin's team because they are supposed to pick the first two, the draft picks for him, as part of the Sacko thing to get him back into the league and
Yeah.
whatever. So he's pissed off. He's like, I'm done with this. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to watch this. And finally, after they make such terrible choices, he's like, no, that's it. I'm back in. He's back in. He's out. He's in.
Yeah.
Now he's trying to get back in, and they're like, no, you can't. You have to do your Sacko duties.
Yeah. So,
So he puts on the outfit.
and
Boom.
the hazing begins.
Yeah.
And so he goes
Oh,
outside.
but he did. He also signed up with a different league.
Right, the
which happened
Domination League,
before.
Rafi's league.
Domination.
So he thinks he's going to go do all these Sacko
Yeah,
things,
so
but
he got in trouble.
actually the Domination League captures him, and they're like hazing him themselves, and they're like, you can't leave this league.
Right.
And we see Dirty Randy,
Let
who's
him
part of
get
this. Gotta love Dirty Randy. That
Yeah.
he's back. And he has got a dildo trident. Doesn't know what a trident is, but he knows that it's made out of dildos.
And that was pretty freaking funny.
And they're
Yeah,
wearing
I
doll
laughed.
masks.
Yeah.
And they're speaking at really deep voices.
What is your deep voice?
Right. And they're like, wait, are we still doing the deep voices? Are we not doing the deep voices
I
right
know.
now?
Again, it's that humor that's like,
So
we
funny.
are like really not smart, but like obviously the humor and the writing is smart, but they play it so like.
Can you
for,
guys
like,
can you
the-
guys do a deep voice? You guys got a deep voice?
No, that's about it. That's all I got. Well, my voice in general is pretty good. I would say.
No.
That was-
for you.
That's great.
That's not very good.
You guys could have been part of the mob.
Thank you.
I could have.
So when they like are screwing up and they're taking off their masks and they're like doing the high voices and the deep voices and they're like really blowing their cover that they don't have their shit together.
Right.
Sorry, I said it.
It's all right,
Together?
it's the league.
Right, together. I said together. We see that they have guns, but they're actually paintball guns.
Right.
And so that's their thing. They are like, you can't leave our league unless you're killed or murdered or die, which are all the same things.
Yeah.
So they chase after Ruxin with their paintball guns and they shoot him.
Yeah. It was very cool. Honestly, like every season, obviously they start at the beginning of football season. So seeing from season 4 to season 5 how that transition was in this new 2013, I thought it was really well done. I really enjoyed how they brought the energy in for that first season episode.
Oh yeah, it was as ridiculous as you would expect it to be, as hysterical. It was just so funny. I wrote down some of the lines, but I just
Full blown.
too many funny lines.
I think Full Blonesies takes the cake.
And the peanut butter on a shag carpet is pretty funny.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
Oh
too.
yeah, well the next episode we'll talk. We've got to get into that later. But yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm a true fan of the league now. I've jumped on the bandwagon.
Glad
Terrific.
we brought
Front
you
runner
in to our league.
A league front runner.
If you can find me in season 4, I'll take you out on a date. Yeah, it's super hard to do. Yeah, you'd be really
So
lucky.
you're trying to make it hard to take me out on a date? Is that
He
what
plays
you're
hard to
trying
get, is what he's saying.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So
I want you to fight for it.
I don't think that we have any news and gossip, do we?
What kind of? Oh well.
Well, that the show did really well. The first episode.
Yeah, the first
was a hit.
episode did really well.
That and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia did really well.
That was good.
So.
All right.
Any other news? Well, some of the characters were at the roast. That was really awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
So that was cool. Yeah.
They were just too.
Shout
funny.
out
I
to
was
them.
actually there in the audience at
Were
the
you?
roast, and they were struggling. I went up to
Seriously?
them after. I was really drunk, and it's an unfortunate
Are
thing
you
that I
telling the
was
truth
not.
right now?
I swear.
Welcome
I went
to
up,
LA.
I went up to.
You get out of here.
I'm pretty sure they might have said that to me.
More
But-
news, Jenifer gets really drunk.
Yeah.
Listen, for the roast, I will tell you this: that you sit there and they do not feed you. They put
Right.
bottles of wine in front of you for 2 hours.
How the hell did you get to? I can't. Can we rewind? I know we're doing news and gossip. We didn't even play the
Here's
whole
gossip.
thing.
Here's good.
But
Well, this was our
why
news and
would
gossip.
you go to this and not call me?
Well, I was an invited guest by my friend who works for Twitter
Oh wow.
because she does a lot of stuff with Comedy Central. So I actually sat at the Comedy Central table.
Can she hook me up with Daniel Tosh? I know we're so off subject.
I don't.
Daniel Tosh is from the same area I grew up in Florida.
Okay, well, somebody hook it
Florida.
up.
I'm from Florida.
Oh, nice.
Or Taco. Or I'll
And
take
you know
Taco.
what? I met Aziz Ansari 2 weeks ago for the roast.
How random.
Yeah, I actually met him, and I was like, "Hey, it's so nice to meet you. You're like the reason I came out here." I was like, "Honestly, I didn't go to medical school because I met you on
Oh.
TV. I saw you, and now I get to meet you in real life. I'm so excited." He was like, "Oh, thanks, man. I'm super busy. Nice meeting you." I was like, "Is there any chance I could take a picture of these?" He's like, "I don't take pictures with fans, especially not Indians." He walked
No.
away. I was like,
That's
"Oh, thanks,
funny.
thanks a lot."
That's funny.
I understand.
No, but you know what though? Back to full circle. I like that. They're all like a family. It feels like these guys stick
funny.
together. They're doing the roast together. They're on the league together. So it makes when you watch these things, it's that camaraderie's there,
Yeah.
and it makes it really fun to
Yeah.
watch. So keep watching.
Yeah.
Keep watching.
All right. Should we move into
watching.
predictions?
Do we have predictions?
No, let's do it.
Let's go for it.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So spooky.
Okay, season 5, episode 2. Predictions for the league, FXX, Lauren Leonelli. Go.
All right. I don't know what I can predict like the next episode, but I feel like
Overall season predictions.
yeah,
you
season
wanna
predictions.
Go?
I
Alright.
feel like, you know, the plastic surgeon. Why am I blanking on his name? Andre.
How could you?
He is. There's so many things swirling around in my mind. I feel like he is going to get a super hot girlfriend. Like super hot. Like everyone's gonna be like, what the?
I
right?
like that, especially after he was, I mean that he. Well, wait, he's getting married.
No, but she.
No.
Well.
We don't know.
I'm jumping ahead. Okay, I'm sorry,
There's
but I feel
spoilers
like
and things
I
or
feel
whatever.
like we know something happens to their, based on the teasers. Something
Drama has
happens.
to ensue because
And I feel like
he
he's
can't
gonna
just
get a super
married.
hot,
Right.
super hot girlfriend.
Right.
That's not gonna. Yeah, everyone's gonna be jealous.
I think this one is super hot for him.
Totes.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like
I'd hit it, you know what
Everyone's
I'm
gonna
saying?
love her.
I'd hook up with that.
Creepy.
Well,
If I was Andre.
All right. I predict that they're gonna pull some shady things with this draft, especially with Ruxin being out and being in and all of that, and that team being terrible. I think some serious trades are gonna happen and some shadiness.
Throwing
Nice.
shade.
I predict that Ruxin, Nick Kroll, is going to be somehow able to get back in the league. That's what I feel like is going to happen.
I mean, or where would the show go?
Honestly.
Right?
Honestly.
Honestly. The League and Ruxin.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Well, he's starting his own show now.
Right. Well, he does have it.
My prediction is Ted's going to cause some chaos.
With his aides?
Yeah, with the trading and everything.
Oh, I wonder what's going to happen, actually, because they're in LA now, but then they have to leave LA. But, like, what happens to Ted?
Well, he'll still,
I love Ted.
It's 2013. They'll probably Skype or something.
And they do a lot of that with the message boards and, like, those videos and stuff to each other.
There's going to be some, especially because he won the year before.
Yeah.
So.
He's the guy to beat.
He's the guy to beat. And, he's got full blownsy, so he can talk crap. The guy who has full blownsy is talking crap.
Yeah.
So he can totally, like, manipulate everybody.
That's right.
Yeah. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, well, this was a great episode, guys.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Where can we find you? Tell everybody.
I am Lauren Leonelli, and you can find me, don't laugh, at Lauren Leonelli on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and my website.
Nice.
And you can find me at Jen the Jew on Twitter and Instagram and some other places too. Google it.
What's up? And you
Bing it.
Oh, sorry.
Bing it. Oh my God, Bing it.
And what's up? You can find me at facebook.com/mmowgli, MOWGALI, and at twitter.com/mmowgli. And I do stand-up comedy all throughout LA, from everywhere from the, well, I guess you can see me at Flappers and John Lovett's Comedy Club on Sunday. Yeah.
Holla.
Whoop, whoop. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Club Thaddeus, CLUBTHADDEUS.
Oh my.
You are a club.
That was good.
You are.
I'm going to that club, guys.
All right, well, thank you guys for joining us, and check back with us for episode 2.
See you later.
Holla.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.